Hi there, YouTube. It's Karen, or Shrinking Goofball. You probably don't recognize me because I've got my white girl hair going on. It's all straight today. I wish you could touch it because it just feels so damn good with curly hair. You can't put your fingers through your hair. The other thing is, I'm down over 100 pounds. You can't possibly recognize me. Anyway, why don't I get started with my numbers? It's always the first thing I do. As you know, I post every Wednesday. And I like to do my numbers at the beginning just so you know sort of where I came from and where I'm heading. So October the 17th, 2012, I started my Optifast diet at 321 pounds. I was on that diet for 3 weeks. I lost 24 pounds. On November the 7th, I went in for my gastric bypass. On that day, I was 297 pounds. We are in week 26, which officially makes me 6 months post-op. So we'll talk about my 6-month follow-up with the dietitian yesterday, as well as the nurse from the hospital. And I believe it's next week I'm going to be going in to see my surgeon. So last week I reported that I was I reported I was 213 pounds. Today I am 210 pounds. So this week I lost 3 pounds for a total of 111 pounds. So I'm getting so close to Wonderland. So like 10.5 pounds I'll be able to report that I'm there. And hopefully I'll be able to do that by the time I leave for Wisconsin on my little vacation. And by the time it's my brother's wedding, July the 6th. So yeah, so yesterday I had my appointment with the dietitian. As you know, I've been struggling with an ulcer, and in the first month of taking the medication, I wasn't to do any solids, just liquids. So I did that for about 4 or 5 weeks, and then I started introducing solids. So solids like oatmeal, chili, toast, chicken pot pies. Those are a few of the things I can think of, but I haven't been too adventurous. So the nurse was, she's very kind. She helped me lay out, like, because I'm taking 10 different pills a day throughout the day. And as you know, I've told you before, some of them have to be taken on an empty stomach. Some have to be taken away from the calcium, or else they don't absorb properly. So she helped me lay them out in terms of starting at 7, taking the next one at 10, taking the next one at 12:30. So I found that to be a great help. She also told me a really good idea with introducing some more solids is, say, for example, when I'm having my Greek yogurt, to put some fresh fruit in there. Or I hadn't even really tried fresh fruit even before my ulcer, maybe just a banana. Anything like raw vegetables or raw fruit. I don't have a tendency to cook up my fruit too much, but I hadn't tried anything like that. So she suggested strawberries, or even buying the frozen fruit, just defrost them and then put them in the Greek yogurt, because the Greek yogurt, of course, as most of you probably know, is higher in protein than all the other yogurts. So I just buy the sugar-free and add my sweetener, and I'm supposed to just add a little bit of the fruit and give that a try. She also suggested, since I have a lot of pureed homemade soup in my freezer, to make another batch and not to puree it, and then to put some of the non-pureed in with the pureed, so that I would have a combination, so that I'd be starting on some of the vegetables. I did tell her that even when I do my soup, I make sure that the vegetables are quite soft. So as we all know, it's all about chewing really slow and chewing a lot in order for us not to have a problem digesting, and then of course feeling sick. So I thought she gave me quite a few good suggestions. She's actually very patient, very kind. My next visit wouldn't be until the 12-month mark, and she did suggest, if I liked the idea, to come in another 3 months. She said since I had the setback with the ulcer, that it'd be nice for me to go back. If I have any questions, then I can ask her at a 9-month mark, which of course I took her up in. So I will be going in August for that. The nurse's visit, I wouldn't say it was helpful. I mean, she couldn't even find my file. Most probably the dietitian still had it. So she brings up all the information on the computer, asks me at all the medications that I'm taking, all the medications that I've discontinued. what else did she do? She measured my waist. My waist is a 37. I don't even know what I started at because she didn't have my file. So that was kind of disappointing. Which is also very weird too, because my friend Angela gave me some pants that were jeans that were her son's. And I tried all of them on that my son didn't want, and they were all either a 38 or a 36, and I got into all of them. So the sizing of clothing is really crazy. And before I get to, before I finish up with the nurse, which like I said, wasn't very helpful anyway, I'll tell you about my situation yesterday. I decided, my friend Angela told me to go and get a pair of shorts, that I shouldn't be sitting out in the sun in capris to sort of, you know, what was the word she used? Celebrate my new body. So I had a little bit of, you know, I've told you about my loose skin here. Let me move my hair. My loose skin here, which is really, really attractive. It's, I don't know, reminds me of like an 80-year-old woman when the skin is completely lost its elasticity. And I'm starting to get a little bit of the skin on my inner thigh. So I was like, what's the big deal? I'll just live in capris. It's better than living in full-length jeans. And then I thought, yeah, it's still pretty warm. I mean, we're in the beginning of May, and we're already with, you know, today I think it's 25. It's supposed to get up to 25, which is pretty warm. That's 25 Celsius. So I went to Target. Target is very new to Canada. Not going to say I like it very much. I don't know what it is that they do to companies when they come to Canada, but they're certainly not what they are when they're in the States. I've been to a Target in the States and was pretty happy with it, and it comes here and it just feels like it's replaced Zellers. They're carrying a lot of the Cherokee products, which were Zellers products. So I know I'm a 14 now. All of my 16s are too big. So I said to my son, you know, grab me a couple of 14s and shorts. Well, so much for that. He grabbed me a 17, too small. And then he grabbed me a pair of, like, I would call them short shorts for a 46-year-old. You know, they cover my bum and they cover my crotch. Because these days, a lot of the girls like to expose their bums, and I don't want to do that. So I took in the pair of 18 shorts from Target, and they fit me perfectly. They're a little big, but ridiculous. Anyway, I went to Pennington's. They have a bigger selection. They're double the cost, of course. And I tried on 14s. So today I'm wearing my 14 capris, and I also bought a pair of what they call a skort. Now, when I was 18, 16, and I wore a skort was a skirt at the front and shorts at the back. What they consider a skort is a full skirt with a pair of biking shorts underneath. The biking shorts are not meant to be seen. For me, they're just for people that just don't like their thighs rubbing together, because we're not 10 anymore worried about the boys looking up our skirts. We know how to sit, and we don't worry about boys flipping up our skirts to see our underwear anymore. Yeah, so let me show you my capris. See if I can see there. Hopefully you won't see out my dandelion. So, no, maybe too far. So I'm just wearing like it's got an empire waist top. Can you see? All I see is like reflection from here. So they're cute. They've got a tear here. They've got a tear here. So that's about as young as I'm going to get. They're not overly fussy. I like the fact that the buttons on the pants are buttoned down. These are real pockets. I don't know. It's good for my cell phone, but other than that, I don't see the point of pockets. When you're a big girl, you don't want pockets. You don't want to be shoving things in there. You don't want them to look extra bulky. So yeah. But the shorts that I bought from Target don't have any pockets. They're just, you know, fake pockets, which I think is a really good idea. So anyway, I picked up one pair of 18, and then I picked up two 14. The 14 was the skort, as they called it, and a 14 in these pants, or capris. So maybe when I hit a 10 or a 6, I'll really be a 14 in Target. I've shopped at Old Navy, and their sizes are real. So I don't know what Target's doing. They're really targeting, I guess, I don't know. I can't say the young kids, because they do have older clothes. They have ugly stuff with lots of ugly tablecloth floral type of things. So anyway, it was a successful shop. Because it's my birthday month, I got 20 or 25% off of my one item. So these capris were 48 bucks, which for something I could be out of in, you know, by the end of this summer, not wearing next summer, I think is a lot of money. So I got 20 or 25 off of that. And the skirt was 40, and I think the shorts from Target were 20. So that's all I bought yesterday, but it's still a lot of money considering I don't know how long I'm going to be in them. My boyfriend is insisting I should still take some pants in and see what it would cost to have them taken in, because I'm giving away a ton of stuff, and because I never, ever, ever want to be in them again. So maybe the idea of taking them in is a good idea. So yeah, going back to the nurse, she just took my measurements, which was just my waist. The dietitian does my weight. The weight over there is almost so much higher. I weigh myself butt naked. Just my medical alert bracelet. No other jewelry, no glasses, no clothes. And that's how I figure I get a true reading. What else? I think that's it. It was kind of cool to be in the waiting room and me be the smallest one. I know it sounds funny to be the smallest one at 210 pounds. Most people don't even believe that I'm still in the 200s. I guess even though I've shrunk, I used to be 5'7". I'm just under 5'6" now. My osteoarthritis has brought me down in my height a little bit. So I guess it's still a decent enough height to be able to carry that weight. So I guess I just don't look like I'm 210 pounds. So goodness, what am I going to look like when I actually hit like 180 and 170? Ooh, I can't wait. So yeah, just to end it on a note, still on top of the moon. Even if I'm losing a pound a week or 1.4 pounds a week, honestly, this gastric bypass is the best thing I've ever done. I can't believe I've done so many diets and really never having success with them. And as we all know, you gain it and then you lose it and then you put it back on plus another 10 pounds. So 321 pounds was really the heaviest I've ever been at. And you really don't see it coming back. And I don't consider what I'm doing now a diet. And the dietitian made a good point because, you know, I told her that I'm just so tired of throwing up with my ulcer that I'm being a little on the paranoid side with, you know, experimenting with new food. And she did advise that I don't want to start another unhealthy relationship with food. And this way it's going to be another way. So I might end up with problems in the future. So I did promise her that I would be a little bit more creative. Try the food that, you know, either my boyfriend cooks or I cook for the whole family. That way, you know, not having something separate and eating differently than everybody else. That doesn't mean when we go to Wendy's and I normally have my chili that I'm going to have a burger. Eating at home just means I'm going to have the chicken and the vegetables or whatever it is. And I have decided that I am going to stay away from mostly carbs like rice and bread. Just doesn't sit well with me unless it's a pita. Regular bread just is too heavy for me. So probably a good thing because before when I used to diet, removing carbs was the only thing that helped me lose weight. So anyway, this has already hit 13 minutes. Hopefully I'll be able to upload it. That's probably the longest video that I've rambled on about. Hope you guys are all having as much success and as happy as I am. I just, again, on top of the moon. I'm so happy with the way things are going. And even right now that I'm not at my goal weight, I'm still really happy with the way I look. I feel so much more confident when I'm out in public, and I can't wait to go fishing and work on my tan. See you next Wednesday, guys. Bye-bye.